Kicking with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gus, Shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them.
You would not watch your mans and them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
And I'm your man Shakespeare.
The hell was that?
And this is your mans and them live quarantine. How you guys doing, man?
What up? What up?
What up? What up? What up?
What it do, y'all? What it?
I'm your man's Kyrie. Nigga said it. Nigga said like he was on Sesame Street. I'm your man's Kyrie.
Yo.
Yo, guys. Oh my God. This nigga looks scary, yo.
You really do. You really do look like Tyler Perry.
We got a lot of things to discuss today. My apologies. Last week it was my fault that we didn't have a show to come out.
Tell the people what happened.
I was outside.
When you was, it was quarantine. Why are you outside? Please explain.
First of all, that is out the window. Everybody's outside now.
Word.
Quarantine shit is over and done with unofficially.
Oh, y'all niggas is outside.
Nigga, you outside too. You was outside when we was quarantined.
I was working.
I just saw you playing ball on the hoop with no on the rim.
Right.
On
the backboard.
On the backboard. Backboard with no rim.
Nigga just clapped the backboard.
Just kept clapping it.
Yeah, they took him off the park.
Nigga said brick.
They took it off the park over here too.
Yeah.
They need to stop playing. They might fuck around and never put them shits back up.
That's
You know how long it takes for them to put a net up?
Facts.
Oh, word.
Facts.
Word. Shit, a whole year. They order it in January to put it up the next.
Gus, you don't know nothing about that.
I was going to say, Gus chatting.
I used to live in the 40s.
Shay, you too, brother. Don't even get into this.
I wasn't even saying nothing, but
Good,
your ugly ass, you know you can't beat me.
Good.
Beat him in what?
You can't beat me in bowl.
Oh.
Can't beat me at anything.
You can't beat me at anything.
What's been going on? What's been going on, guys? Have any of you guys been in any protests as a reason?
Nah. I was in a protest by accident. I can't even call it a protest. I was in Atlanta and I got caught in the riots that like the end of the protest, the aftermath of the peaceful protesting. And I got caught in that. And that was an experience in itself. It was crazy.
Tell us more.
So I went to Atlanta. I was in my B&B and
why you gotta show up, bro?
Yeah,
why
word.
you gotta
I was in my B&B.
B&B.
Had 10 bedrooms.
Trying to sound cool. You know that shit was an Airbnb.
You was in the Airbnb basement. That's what you was at.
No, the Airbnbs in Atlanta, they're cheap and they're nice. A lot of them are dope. But anyway, I was outside of the B&B. I was at a corner store, and right when this is like after the let out, so like not the let out, but when everybody started dispersing and going their own way, and I saw some kids at the corner store, and they were asking me like, was I at the riots or was I at the protest? And I said no. And then one of the girls was like, oh, we just broke into the CNN building. We just broke the windows, blah, blah. It was lit. And she was telling me the CNN building is like 2 blocks away. I had no idea. I was like, so you're telling me the riots are happening 2 blocks away from here? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. So I go inside. Some friends come through later. We looking outside of my balcony. Literally, I see some guy throw a flame on a tree. There's like a big ass trees outside of the front of the B&B. Some dude throws a flame on the tree. A small flame pops up. It's a black dude. He walks away. This white guy comes with gasoline, starts pouring gasoline over the fire, and the fire is mad big. And at this point, we hearing like shit breaking, windows breaking. So the people in my Airbnb, they live in Atlanta. They live on the outside of Atlanta though, like maybe 20 minutes away from 20 minutes out where I'm from, where I'm at. So they all want to leave. They getting scared. So I'm like, I bet we out. So we leave. anyway, they had to drag me out. I didn't want to go, but they pulled me out. One of my own homegirls had a crib outside of Atlanta, and we leave. And when we walked out of the B&B, it was fucking bananas. Like, if I was like, we gonna bust this right. We made the right. There's like a store, and people are kicking in the windows, breaking the glass. I was like, all right, let's make this left, because it was like 30 people at the corner. So we made the left to go around to the other side of the parking lot. We get to the parking lot, and all you see is people on top of cars, just kicking in car windshields. There's someone standing on the car 2 cars away from my homegirls. From my car, there's another 2 cars. There's a guy 2 cars away from my car, just busting shit. So we just pulled up and got out of there. But it was crazy.
That was a long ass story.
It was crazy. Y'all told me to tell it.
Shit, I thought you was gonna say I was able to break a glass or something, but you just escaped.
I was trying to get out. I honestly was trying to make sure my friends were good, because they were like, my homegirl looked kind of shook.
Yeah, a lot of people. It gets real crazy. Like, you don't want to be there when, especially if you just bypass it and then the cops pull up and they tear gassing everybody. They pushing everybody, even if you're just trying to bypass.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to go across the street, but they all coming. They don't care. They spraying. Like, you don't want to get caught in that situation. Now you can't see. I heard a lot of people who wearing contacts, that shit just make their contacts shrivel up to their eye, and they had to take them out.
Yeah, there was 0 cops on the street where I was at. Like, it was all people, 0 cops. The next day, the National Guard was sent out. So the next day, the streets were they weren't like the day before.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the peaceful protests, you'll see a lot of cops and stuff out there. But it's like when the looting and shit start, where the fuck all the cops go? At nighttime, when nobody's peacefully protesting, where all the cops go?
I want to say that they be where the where like the most congested areas are, like where the most people are at destroying things. Maybe I don't know, but where I was at, it was mostly at first it looked like stragglers. It didn't even look like a bunch of people. And then when you go outside, you realize how many people. As you see how many people was like blocks away.
Should have recorded all this.
Did you guys?
I should have.
Did you guys see videos of it in New York, in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
As we speak at this moment, New York City is under curfew, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock p.m. curfew.
A fucking advisory that be scaring the shit out of me.
Right.
That shit is loud, bro.
I'm like, damn.
I didn't get one today though.
Yeah, I got one a couple like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
No, it's still 8.
No, I'm saying they send out the alert at like 7 o'clock.
Oh.
But the first, I think it's the second. Today's the 3rd night they doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They doing it until Saturday.
I think it was yesterday. There was yesterday was the first time it was 8 o'clock. The first night it was 11 o'clock.
Yeah, they changed it.
I saw videos of the police in Manhattan blocking off the train stations. So it was like a 2 hours or so before 8 o'clock, and they blocking off all the train stations. So like people were trying to get home. You know, like people, whoever was out and stuff. So it's like, how y'all gonna inconvenience everybody if y'all want everybody home by 8 o'clock? And it was like multiple train stations they were doing that.
I think Kyrie, you was telling me they blocked off the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was with the protesters yesterday. They blocked off.
They stopped the protesters from going on the bridge.
Yeah.
And then they blocked. Yeah. But they didn't just stop them. They held them all in one area. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's them sending a message. Like,
I'm glad they stayed peaceful.
Yeah.
Shit, because I would have been like, yo.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, y'all not.
I hate being too close to people, yo. Like,
am I being entertained? Fuck up out of here, bro. I don't know. It's crazy. I heard them protesting on Jamaica Ave, and I heard them protesting on Hillside.
I was gonna say you're right there, like
between two protests.
Yeah, you're right. You're literally right there.
But everything was peaceful over here, which is cool.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I was like, not surprised, but it was cool that there was no riots in Queens.
You know what's crazy though? A lot of the videos I'm seeing with riots or like with people breaking glass and shit are like white kids, like young white people are destroying.
Yeah.
That's not saying that's everybody, but
Yeah,
a
I see
majority of the
everybody.
videos I've seen is like people with skateboards busting car windows and
and
It's just
even
real
the
hot
video,
right now.
even the video I saw was there was two white ladies dressed in all black, face cover, all that, and they was like breaking the windows of a store and then putting Black Lives Matter on the window, and it's like it's not black people.
yeah,
It's
there's definitely multiple
crazy.
agendas out there right now in the midst of the protesting. Like it's not all people who are there for George Floyd or Black Lives Matter. There are people there for their own shit.
That's a fact.
There's a lot of people making statements and comments right now. I want to know how y'all, like, you know, individually feel about the people who are saying all lives matter.
Corny. It's definitely corny. Like I feel like, or how all lives matter if my life don't matter right now. Like we're not defending. We're not saying that the rest everybody else don't matter, but like right now, for at least 400 plus years, my life hasn't mattered. So you know what I'm saying? You don't have a system that's against you for you to say that all lives matter.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're saying all lives matter, you know what you're doing. Like
Exactly.
you know it's not about that. You know it's not about all lives. Like it's about
And there's
us,
some
damn it.
people who strongly stick to it, you know, and I feel like those are the people who
They don't get it.
are the problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people who won't admit to it being a problem, people who are trying to, you know, remain blind to the situation are the people who are saying all lives matter.
I think the people who say all lives matter is people, like you said, people who remain blind, and also people, like I told people don't like to deal with confrontation or things that they themselves have to look and say, okay, well, what am I doing wrong as a person? Like internally, like, you know, people don't know how to face demons that, like, you know, it may not be something that they feel that they are, but it's something they're ignorant to because they're afraid of, like, saying, okay, well, maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. So they're like, well, let's just say all lives matter because, you know, we can just erase the focal point about what we are trying to fix and just say all lives matter, and I can go about my day and just act like nothing ever happens.
It makes people uncomfortable. They just don't want to deal with it, so they're gonna generalize and say, well, you know, all lives really matter. Like it makes them uncomfortable.
I hate that so much.
The question you ask them is like, all lives matter. You know, we just lost. Well, it's not just, well, as of recently, you have George Floyd. Who else has passed?
Breonna Taylor.
Ahmaud Arbery. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on.
The list is very, very long. Very long.
It's like, if all lives matter, right? If all lives matter, what are you doing for those injustice? Are you just saying all lives matter? Like, is that like are you, because you're saying all lives matter, are you helping find a solution? Or are you just saying that and walking away because you just don't
it's a defense mechanism. Like, oh, you mentioned Black Lives Matter. It's like, oh wait, all lives matter. No, tell me a time when your life hasn't mattered, and they can never do it.
It's like a lot of these people, they love the system, works with them. So it's like you trying to change the system is messing up their life. It's
exactly.
Like they want shit.
Their way of life is being threatened.
Yeah.
Which is not even the case, because if you give, you know what? If you give Black people the same equal opportunities you give white people, or even the Asian community who do it well, the Jewish community who do it well, even Indians who come to this country and do it well and don't really have anything against them. If you give Black people those same opportunities, which we've tried and it's been destroyed by the system, you give them the same opportunities, you know we're gonna take off. Because even through all the situations, or all the obstacles put against us, we strive. I feel like we're the only race who have literally taken nothing and made something of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The
We're
fact
we're definitely at the. I feel like in this country, we people are at such a. They're at a better start than we are from jump. Like we have a long distance to cover from jump.
a lot of people just came to this country with support already based off of our movements to get some rights. You know, so it's like a lot of them, like, you know, when we fought for civil rights, they made it like a broad thing. So it's not just us, it's everybody, every minority and stuff like that. A lot of people don't see or feel the reasons why we're still angry or we're still fighting for change, because they're like, yo, I came here, I did this, like, I don't see what the problem is. What's the beef? Yeah. And it's because they, you know, they have a blind eye to it. They don't care. They're not citizens over here. All they see it as just a way to make bread and leave.
Yeah.
Or, you know, make bread, and it's just really, you know, about their community. It's not really like, you know.
What we also have to realize is we've been dealing with for centuries with a system that was not designed to include us. You could use everything that we invent. You could, you know, use our ideas, but if we ask to be what is it saying in the Constitution, that we're considered like what, 1/5 of a man, 3/5 of a man, or something like that. If you still consider me that from the time that their forefathers wrote that Constitution to now, and I'm still like these so quote unquote laws are still used to hold us back, and you don't see the problem, is mind blowing. Like, how don't you see that we've been in this struggle for too long, for way too long, and it's getting to the point now they're getting upset because now they want us to remain peaceful. I don't got no problem with a peaceful protest, but don't talk about peaceful when your ancestors gained everything through violence, and they continue to gain everything through violence. What do we go to war for? We go to war with violence to attain something. It's not like somebody just says, oh, we feel like going to war today. I feel like going to another country and blowing some shit up. That's my goal. No, there's something to attain. You feel like it has to be attained with violence, so you do it. The Boston Tea Party, very violent. Revolutionary War, very violent. All these things that use violence. Civil War, violence.
War.
And war. and the difference was made. So when you see the rioting and the looting, even though I'm not for the looting, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it personally, but I understand it. Because you see that these big companies don't say nothing until something get torn up.
And that's a crazy, interesting thing.
Protest isn't supposed.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just a simple thought. Like,
to make it simple.
Like, I got an email from Blink talking about how we're for Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, and then and I guarantee other companies are doing the same thing. They send
it turned into a PR stunt, right?
Yeah.
That's what I started feeling like in the beginning. Sorry to cut you off, though. In the beginning, I saw a lot of people speak up about it.
He does it all the time, Austin. Don't worry about it.
I saw a lot of people speak on it right away, and then I felt like there was like this. It seemed less genuine when you start seeing the big companies make statements. Like I accept it, but I feel like it took a week. It took a week and some days for you to make a statement. You know, when you start seeing stores getting destroyed, you don't want your shit destroyed. Let me make a statement. Let these people know. You know,
facts. Let's not drop the PS5 so that shit don't get looted the first day. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah.
Let's hold off on that real quick.
Like nobody's doing it. Sorry about that. So many things I gotta say in my mind,
This
brother.
nigga got a frog in his throat.
Freaking
look like a
malfunction.
frog.
But you like
Go ahead, say it. I look like a Muppet. You look like a frog. Nigga.
yeah, but a lot of them are not contributing any money to any place to donate any it's just like all words. It's all words.
Yeah. And this
Even on my Instagram, I'm looking at people who I feel like it's not really genuine.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody's just finding a way to capitalize off of this moment. So not everybody, I'm gonna start, but I am questioning people's
even if you don't necessarily want to capitalize off of it, people are seeing like, all right, well, if I don't at least say something, I look bad.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
when you put people in a position like that, of course they're gonna say something. Whether or not it's genuine or not, we don't know. But they have to. This is self-preservation at this point. Like they just want to make sure it's the same thing. I don't want to get this misconstrued, but it's the same thing with the LGBT. When companies don't say something in support of them, they attack, and they'll be quick to attack. Like, yo, you don't support us? Oh, you niggas cancel.
You don't support us? Yes.
So it just is what it is. That's just the position that they're in.
I think there's a lot of people getting canceled. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of celebrities that are saying, not a lot, but it's a good, huh?
I feel like she's like a D-list celebrity.
Who?
Trina is on her
Oh yeah, Trina.
Well, I think she got canceled. Yeah.
What? We can't cancel the baddest bitch in Miami.
She ain't that bad. She canceled.
What happened? What she do? What she do?
Because she had the nerve to say, you got referring to people that's looting as animals, and the cops need to lock them up, and this, that, and the third.
Yeah, she said something about a curfew, like it should be like 5 o'clock to.
Yeah. And anybody.
Yo, I feel like
anybody that's out there after 5 should be arrested and da-da-da. Who's gonna be out there in Miami besides black people?
But see, and it's people like that who are when they make statements and stuff like that, they're not helping. You could have just sat back and not said anything.
Not say nothing.
Yeah.
Like first of all, like
her whack ass album.
Why do they give people like her never mind? Let me not say that. I just feel like some people don't deserve the mic. Like seriously, like
exactly.
Like who acts like Dave Chappelle said who asked Ja? Like who asked Trina? Do we really care what she has to say? Like I don't care.
What Trina thinks at a time like this.
Like what is Trina doing that is significant for us to care about her opinion? She obviously is misinformed, ignorant, and has no idea what the hell she's talking about. So like when she speaks that shit, like when I saw, I didn't know the whole animal shit. I just saw she said something about like, oh, I got my license, I got my registration, I don't got no problem with the cops, and I'm just that
part killed me. That part killed me.
That's like a self-centered statement. Like, okay, we're not talking about Trina. We're not talking about the baddest bitch in Opaloka. Like, we talking about we talking about black people as a group. Like, the fuck is she talking about? Like, I just honestly, I feel like why even give that person any attention? Like,
here's a real question: how many situations where a black person has been pulled over, actually get their license and registration, have their license and registration, and still get shot or still get arrested unjustly? Like, what are you saying about having a license and registration?
And even if
that's great,
getting pulled over like for no justified reason, you're just getting pulled over off of their suspicion. The fact that this suspicion can get you killed is like that's the crazy shit.
And everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. Every time they pull you over, every time they pull a black person over, I was scared. Oh, I thought he had a gun. Like, what? It's every time. If you're so fearful for your life, why become a cop?
Did y'all and I do want to talk more about like policing and stuff, because I was having some conversations with some other people, but did y'all see like the videos of like, of course not in New York, but in like the other states, like all the people who was like walking around with their fucking rifles and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Like
Mhm.
people were out there, like, and it was a lot of white people
It was
out
mostly
there
white
with
people.
their,
Yeah.
with their rifles wrapped around their chests.
Mhm.
Like what? Like, and that's not a problem, you know. And
The
it's
thing is with that is that, and that's legal in their states. They're allowed to do that. They're allowed to
which is
express.
crazy. It's like, how is one state saying something legal, the other state not? Like, who the fuck is choosing the, like? I
That's
don't
just
know. That
That's
shit.
a whole different
that's,
segment.
that's just
They
that's
got-
the
it's a
country
whole
we
different
in.
segment. That's a whole
Yeah.
different segment we could talk about
That's
because
the complexion for the protection.
that's the whole state versus
That's-
federal.
Yeah,
federal.
it's a state thing.
Choosing your
Like the
leaders.
NRA, you know what?
What?
It's a state thing.
NRA, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So, Rifle Association, NRA.
Yeah.
The thing is,
the fact that you could the fact that you could go to the South and walk into a Walmart and purchase a handgun, even a rifle. You walk into a Walmart and get a gun.
Now I'm thinking about it.
You know how hard it is to get a gun in New York. Well, not even a gun, to get a gun license, because you get a gun in New York. Don't ask me how, I don't know.
it's tough getting a gun license.
Going to corner of Baisley, I know somebody said now.
Steve,
What was I gonna say?
From Baisley selling guns.
Now I'm thinking about it. I'm playing Call of Duty, looking at these rifles. What the fuck you need a rifle for on a regular day?
The
Like,
thing is,
scope
there
on
are.
it.
What are you
there-
doing with a rifle?
Listen.
I reckon you stepped on in front of my house. I'ma shoot you. Like the fuck you need a rifle for?
There are groups.
There's a
There
snake
are
in my
groups
boot.
of people. There are groups of people in this country who feel like there will come a time where they're gonna need those heavy artillery type weapons to fight off the government because their rights are gonna be taken away from them, and they're gonna be told to do something similar to like martial law. They're gonna be told to do something where they don't, and they're gonna need those weapons to fight. And to a lot of those people, the coronavirus, what they did, telling us that we have to stay inside, telling us that we have to wear masks and that we can't do this and can't do that, to a lot of those people, that day has come. So that's why they out there with all the guns and they walking. That's their protest. They're saying, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me to go back inside. You can't tell me not to have my big ass gun. That's why they doing that shit.
Man, give me 2 double pistols. I'm going out there guns blazing. I'm gonna go out.
All right, John Wick.
I'm not doing that shit.
I mean, no, like hypothetically, I'm not a big gun advocate, but like, I ain't purchasing a musket and shit.
I would definitely purchase one to protect myself, but I'm not going to be walking around with no big ass heavy artillery.
Yeah,
that's
Did you hear about the race wars and the gang wars? In Chicago.
What?
Mexicans and black people.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Mexicans killing black people?
Yeah.
They're shooting at black people. They
need to taking people out of cars.
Taking people out of cars. And apparently they teaming up with the police.
Yeah.
The police try to kick them out of America.
The president tried to kick them out of America. And this is what y'all do.
Dumb, yo.
And it's in it's going on in Dykeman too. Where
I heard about that. But like I've been hearing, I heard. Well, you know that's a separate segment too about them.
Yeah.
But I heard that they was one point was saying that they. Austin.
Yo.
Austin.
I heard that one part of them was saying that they were protecting the neighborhood from looters, and then the other portion was saying that like they were anti-protesting against black people. The Dominicans' history with the color and stuff like that. Sometimes people question.
I don't think that was the case. I think they was protecting their neighborhood from the.
Yeah, that sounds more believable. I don't think there's a whole slew of Dominicans out there just like fucking black people up.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I know. I'm Haitian. I know the prejudice. I know the prejudice, but I'm just saying it sounds more realistic that really the Dominicans are out here fighting black people. They fighting us.
They go through their own problems.
I'm about to
I have to do more research. I have to do more research. But
I mean, you could be right. Honestly, I thought it was a ladder too, but I'm like, I won't put it past put it past them either because of the way they feel about their own blackness. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Imagine living in
I was on Twitter and I
right?
saw them arguing.
And like a community of people, and there's people who are not from your community are coming to the stores, trying to break the stores in your community. Of course, as a community, you want to kick them niggas out.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like that's what the reaction was, because the whole block was outside. I was like, damn.
Imagine you work 30 years to build your business off the ground. You finally get your store open, your shit is running, shit is booming, and you a black-owned business, and you got people who want to come here and tear your shit down. Damn right, I'm gonna be outside protecting my business. Like,
so let's speak on this next topic. How do we feel about people looting? I think this carries into this segue.
If
we feel comfortable talking about it.
Yeah, I'm not looting.
What he said? He said, I'm not looting.
You sound like you was looting.
He said, yeah, me?
Like, yo, I'll be out there like at 9 o'clock. Don't worry.
This watch?
I got
this
the
watch? Nah, this ain't nothing. I've been having
this MacBook.
I see the video of a dude. I see the video of the dude who tried to take a iMac, whatever like that, and then got robbed by the other looters. Like that was so. Then he was walking with this big iMac, like it was just a good day. I'm about to take this home. Dude was like, "You got an iMac? You got an iMac?"
Technically,
you can't do nothing with Apple products. You can't do nothing with them. Literally,
can't you get it jailbroken?
Nah, those are like Apple has like the most secure. Think about it. There was federal cases where the police was trying to get hackers and everybody in court orders to open up a fucking iPhone, and Apple would not open the phone. Nobody could get the phones open. They was trying all kind of ways to get into the phone. Those shits. That's the last place you should go to fucking loot. That their technology is like, this shit is like on lockdown. But I mean, the people stealing like the clothes and stuff. It's fucking clothes.
Sneakers.
What I was impressed by was the dealerships. Boy, when I see that video,
hold on, what?
He was in the dealership. Homie got in the car and drove through the glass on some Grand Theft Auto shit.
I'm not gonna lie, he got a story. He got a story to tell his kids, man.
Car, bro.
He got a story to tell the judge when they catch him.
I'll be honest.
I was like, he could drive that around for a good 2 days.
Facts.
2 days.
Like, yo, y'all see me?
30 minutes.
They be like, this is how you really loot. You see this shit?
Cops is hella busy right now.
30 minutes, bro.
2 days. I'm telling you, 2 days, bro. 2 days.
I don't know.
But then you got to drop that off somewhere.
One of the funniest videos I seen was this guy who broke into a store. I forgot what he took, but he literally walks out and into his car in front of, and someone's recording him. He walks out into his car, license plate, everything showing. He gets in the car and drives off, and everything is there.
Like it's crazy. Like the videos of the looters is someone on the outside or someone higher up recording people running in the store, but everyone who's running in the store is running past someone recording them all going into the store.
It's retarded.
It's like, if you're gonna loot, nigga, don't record it and post it. Like, what the fuck?
Listen, I'm not for looting. I don't agree with it. I would much rather see shit go down peacefully, because I know loot and people get hurt. Yeah. I know it's dangerous. It becomes more dangerous because when you loot, you give it turns it into something else. Like people can get hurt. But I understand.
You don't care about businesses being robbed. You care about the people being hurt, not the business being robbed.
I care about the businesses too, but I think it was beneficial to everybody if the looting wasn't a thing. For real.
So
I disagree. I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
I feel like as long as it doesn't
out there.
You know it. You know how you think I just water bottle. Hello. Nah.
Time out. You went out there and got a water bottle?
You know you gotta stay hydrated in your looting.
You're gonna go to jail for a water bottle.
So you went to
that's the only thing I was You went to Dick's Sporting Goods, has all the shoes.
I was
by himself.
This damn water bottle for the longest.
He was the only one in there.
He's like, where the water bottles at?
I ain't loot, but here's my thing about the looting. I wouldn't say that I would do it, but I understand it in the circumstances where it doesn't affect black businesses. So I know that's kind of like a roundabout. But to me, I feel like so many times people have peacefully protest, and yet we're still in the same position. People don't listen until it starts to affect the bottom dollar, and it starts to affect you. Like it when people see chaos, people get into chaos. People get wrapped up in like, oh my God, like American society, when they see stuff like that, they're like, wait, what is going on? Why is this happening? You start to ask questions. You start to have debates. People see peaceful protests. Think about it like this. Let's say people do protesting. Let's say a union's doing a protesting about like labor contracts. 85% of us is not going to join it because it has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel when people see peaceful protesting. When they feel like, okay, well, this has nothing to do with us. I'm just going to turn the TV off, change the channel. You know, I think it's effective, but I also feel like I'm not judging anybody for looting, and I don't think that looting is always such a bad thing or rioting is such a bad thing, because it's been spreading awareness in a way where people are now trying to figure out solutions that they weren't going to do with the peaceful protest.
Everybody know now what's going on for sure.
Exactly. It's worldwide. You can't miss this shit. That's how I feel. So burn that shit to the
sometimes you gotta fuck some shit up, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, this lady, I saw a video. This lady had a point. She was saying a lot of these businesses, they got, they big corporations, whatever, you still, blah, 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 they got insurance, right? And then the reporter said, what about the small mom and pop businesses? She was like, now don't be fooled. These mom and pop businesses got loans from banks who have insurance. They'll be good. And she said, they'll be good. Like, and you think about it, it makes sense. These, like, a lot of people take out loans and stuff for this. So it's just, you got to start from ground up, which is fucked up. But, it's the bank, if you got the bank, putting money down, they got insurance to pay for it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's really where it's going to hit, is because these banks who got paid out from that fucking stimulus bill, now they got to use their money that they was paid out to pay all these properties and stuff.
These landlords were burning down the Bronx back in the day, and they was able to collect insurance money on that shit.
Yeah.
So honestly, like I said, I don't want anybody dying. I'm not gonna say go ahead and do it, but I'm not judging anybody who does it, because at the end of the day, fuck it. Sometimes people gotta understand, my pain. Fuck that. Like, I'm burning your fucking Gucci store to the ground. You follow me in Gucci. You think I'm gonna give a fucking Gucci's burnt down?
What about the people? What about the people in Atlanta that was burning down their own like the black-owned businesses?
See,
when
that's
the majority of when the majority, but people don't tell that difference. They don't make that difference. They just want to break shit. It stems more from anger than it stems from. It's not like, oh, here's a Gucci store, let's break in, let's burn it down because I'm against white America. Like, that's not it. It's, I'm angry because of what's going on in this country, so I'm gonna break shit.
But then you have to ask yourself.
Hold on, because thing's about to turn off. Let's click the other link that I just sent. I
gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, we're going for a 2-minute bathroom break. Dude, where's the elevator music at?
You are my girl.
Alright. So last thing we was talking about was how we feel about the looting that's going on. My opinion is that I'm not judging anybody who's looting. I do feel like, it's like I don't have no feelings towards like the big businesses and corporations that's, getting their properties defaced. I don't care. They're not really doing anything for us in the first place. They just take our money and do whatever they want with it. Big question is like, are we, when this shit is over, are we still going to support these big companies that we're looting from? Like, or, so my opinion about it is kind of like, I just question people's intent. Like, what's the intent for the looting? You have some people who say, I'm expressing my anger, I'm outraged, and I'm expressing it by getting these big businesses the fuck out out of these places. Like, I don't care. And then you have people who from the video just look like, yo, I'm just trying to I'm trying to
Trying to
come
get some
up.
free shit.
Yeah,
Trying to get some free
come
shit.
up. I'm trying to get an iPad, a laptop. I'm trying to get some new clothes. I got an outfit, got a barbecue coming up. Like, so it's a mixture of all that in there. You got people who's outside our company, outside our communities doing this shit too. Like people that's not even from our communities are looting and breaking shit and defacing shit in the name of Black Lives Matter, but they don't support any of it. They're just there for the fun, the anarchy, whatever. So,
and how can you ever distinguish that?
Exactly.
Because if a white kid goes up to a car along with a group of black kids and they destroy a building or they break into a store, I guarantee you the black kids are going down before that white kid.
Yeah.
So how do you distinguish looting, good looting and bad looting? It's just looting.
And then remember when?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good looting or bad looting.
Yeah.
What he say?
Nah, I said I don't think there's a good looting and bad looting. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just looting.
Just looting. But and then like
I'm gonna say, go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I'm gonna say if I wouldn't do it, I understand the anger. I understand the anger. I understand the frustration. But if I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't tell somebody that they should do it. I'm not gonna. I don't know. It just gets dangerous.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I care more about the safety than I understand it too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just dangerous, man. I'm telling you. It's a different chaos when you in it. Like I was in it. I saw it. Like niggas is angry. We are angry. So
let me ask you a question.
Take it to the polls.
Let me ask you a question. No, we hear that. There's a lot of people who don't vote. Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you everybody says, you should do something else. What is something else? It's easy to say you should do something else, but there's no solutions. That's why I feel like I'm not going to judge anybody. Like I said, I don't like the misintent about it. Like it's such a tricky situation. So I'm kind of been like, like standoffish, but at the same time, I'm not going to be like, wow, that person's a douchebag. He's an asshole.
An animal.
Yeah, like I'm not going to call him that because like, to me, I feel like people already perceive us that way anyway. I'm not saying that we should be. We should embrace that, but that's what they perceive us as without looting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I really don't want to talk about the looting. I feel like the looting is not the problem.
You're right. You're right.
I feel like the policing is the big problem, and it's this looting been happening for a week. Woo, big deal, right? But this police brutality, injustice been happening for years, but no one wants to make it a big deal. Even in the protest videos, I still see videos of police being overly aggressive, like just like throwing people to I saw a police officer shove an old guy with a cane in his back to the ground.
Yeah, I seen that.
Right, it's like at what point are these people going to be held accountable for their actions? Right? Mm-hmm. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, do you know how long it takes to become a police officer, like generally?
Like 2 years?
8 weeks.
It's a very quick process. It's not a long process.
Yeah, it's like a 2 month.
And you don't need much to do it.
You only need associates or something like that.
But you're basically anyone could fucking become a cop. It's not a hard deal to get by. And it's like I was thinking about to become an architect, you need to do all these years of school and you need to pass 6 exams. To be a doctor, you got to be in school forever. To be like any other like
profession.
Yeah, any like licensed professional or whatever, like who serve the public and there's a certain concern for safety for the public, it's like they have to go through hell to get their license, to get their jobs, right? But as a cop, you could go in there and you coming out with a gun within a few fucking months, right? You're not putting in that education. You're not filtering out all the people who are incapable of doing this job. So it starts from, making it harder to become a cop, right? I guess they just need the bodies. That's why they just accept it so quick.
It's a police force. They need
Yeah,
people.
because you could join the army. It's not hard to join the army. You pass the health test.
That's
You
it.
pretty much straight in there. You in a few months you got a gun.
I would say like, okay, there's a lot of black people who I know, and in a historical way, not even historical, like you could say like maybe in the last century. Y'all see me still? That's the side. But
yeah, ugly. Just kidding.
No, you're
Who
not.
you talking about? Who's talking
You
about?
love me though.
Yeah, ugly.
But,
Wave though.
but it's like still like how many black people are cops? If you look at the whole police force, what's the percentage of black people who are cops?
Hey, I don't even care about that, to be honest, because I seen a video of,
Oh yeah.
and it's the fact that they get away with shit because they're police officers.
Yeah.
They get away
Sometimes
with
the
shit
black
because
cops be the worst
the
ones.
cop, bro. It was a lady, right? She hit a cop, right?
I seen that.
Why does it take? And it was a black cop.
Yeah, I
Why
seen
this
that.
nigga brought his arm back here? She wasn't
Snuffed
facing
her.
him and punched her.
Yes.
Why did it take a punch in the face from a cheap shot, right? He should be charged. He should, it's like you expect these people, you give these people these huge titles, and you give them weapons, and you expect them to, like, you don't hold them accountable for their wrongs. Like it's just bad. Like it's bad policing. It's like bad. It's bad all across the board for that.
Yeah.
Like it's.
You ever thought about a solution?
Yeah, it starts with the culture of the whole police force.
Make it hold them accountable. Little shit, bro. I'm telling you, if a cop gave someone a ticket falsely in court, the judge said this ticket is given falsely, the cop should be in trouble. If the cop does any excessive force, the cop shouldn't just get a slap on the wrist and back out in the field in 2 weeks. The cop should be charged. Like where you're at a stance, you're higher up, right? If we are granting you the permission to hold a weapon and control the public and create, provide safety, blah, 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 enforce the law, then you're of a high value person. Like you should be doing shit right all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If Trump as the president makes a fucked up call making about something, people ready to get him out the office, impeach him, right? Because he has that high value seat. Cops have a high value seat to enforce the law. If you're not charging these people for their wrongdoings, the commissioner for NYPD today, he was like, hey, look, everyone's human. Yeah, everyone's human, but treat them like they're human. Don't tell us that we're wrong when we're overly aggressive, when they're overly aggressive all the time, because they can be, and they can't get away with it. So it's like, if y'all not charging these people, like if I was a cop, I would think twice before fucking soccer punching a lady in the back of the head. If I think, hey, my colleague just got charged, my colleague just got a lawsuit, my colleague just got a fat ass fine for doing something like that. Let me find a different approach, a safer approach, a more professional approach, a better way to control the situation. Like it's just, bro, I've seen so much shit. Like it's just cops, they just get away with this shit, bro. I see cops draw their weapons for no reason. I see cops, tackle and throw down people for no reason. People who are peaceful, like it's just they get away with that shit. So I feel like that's a real big problem.
But it's
Go ahead.
No, you go. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, sure. Go.
No. Go.
You have the floor, Kyrie.
No. I know what floor I have.
Proceed.
It's tile. Go ahead.
To talk and
He
communicate.
said it's tile.
Go.
You have to go.
Not going.
I'll go. So, I agree with Austin. As far as the cops being, there needs to be they need to be penalized in some type of way, because at the end of the day, you don't really see the excessive force when it comes to our people, and I'm gonna put emphasis on that because that's where the problem stems from. because you do have these officers policing communities that they don't know. Back in the day, they said you would have somebody within the community policing the community. So, or the community would police themselves. You wouldn't need a cop there because people within the community basically hold it down. But it's getting to the point now where I call the cops. There might be 6 white officers and 1 black one. It may be you get pulled over and it's the same thing. Like, why is it coming to the point where we're taking like most of the BS? But if Steven from Long Island gets pulled over, it's like he could curse out the cop all day. Get out of here with your bullshit, officer man, and then it's over. But as soon as Derek from Merrick, no pun intended. Once he gets pulled over, it's like basically you're in a state of, I'm just trying to get home. I'm just trying to get home. I shouldn't be pulled over and feel like I might not make it home today.
Listen, I've been pulled over a lot. I say about 90% of the time was on Merrick Boulevard. Shit's crazy.
You better take the back road.
Facts.
That's what I say to myself every time. I say that to myself every time. Yo, I shouldn't be on Merrick right now. I shouldn't be on Merrick right now. Whoop, whoop.
My volume in my headphones just got real loud.
Low it down.
How's everybody's experience with police?
Nerve-wracking. Like, it's like I basically had cops ask me for my license. I wasn't even a driver. I've been in situations where they've questioned us to the point of, where are you going? It's like, we going home. Where's home? Like, mind your business. You got my license. You shouldn't even ask me where's home.
Bro, same shit. I swear to God, bro. It's frustrating when automatically you're treated like a criminal, and it's just like first on, like all I said was 2 words to you. You already treat me like a criminal.
Yeah.
Literally, I gave her the I remember this like the back of my hand. We was on the court playing basketball, bro. They pulled up. Instead of saying, hey, you guys can't play this late in the park, right? They pulled up, called back up, had the squads, had us against the gate. Right, bro, we was playing basketball. Flashlights in everybody's face, take everybody's ID. Oh, where you live? I said, he got my ID. It says it on it. I know, but I'm asking where you live. I said, it's on my ID. You can see it on my ID. Like, because I'm already fed up. Like don't come asking me no questions. Like, you got my ID already. It was like, they dead ass gave everybody summons for being in the park, bro. It was like, I think it was like 11 o'clock, and we was playing ball, bro. Like, I can't play basketball in my community whatever time I want in the open park. The park was open. If the park was closed, somebody should come close the fucking park.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The fucked up part is, this is the fucked up part. I think it was 8 of us. 6 out of the 8, we all had court dates to go, whatever, for the summons, right? 6 out of the 8 of us, the judge throughout the case said, don't get in trouble, right? Me and my other boy, the judge said, like, bro, I stood up, nigga read the ticket, blah, blah, blah. And this is when I think this is the first time I had a summons ever, bro. And that shit had me frustrated. The judge was like, because what the cop wrote on the ticket, it's like, in the park after dark. So the judge was like, oh, what you doing in the park? He said, he asked basically an open-ended question. He didn't even let me speak. He said, oh, what would you doing in the park at 11 something? And I went to say, and he's like, you shouldn't be out that late. $25 fine, some shit like that. So I'm like, yo, this nigga he just like, bro, what? Like, you don't even know what happened. You just, and it's just that right there was like the kickoff. Like, it was just like, nah, this whole system fucked up, bro. I can't play basketball in my community late. Like, get the fuck out of here. Judge, the cop a dickhead, judge a dickhead. I don't know, bro. That shit, it's just, you leave it into the hands of people who, that's it. You leave it into the hands of people, and that's just how everything is.
You leave it to the hands of people who don't care much about you, your skin, and they perceive you as a way of what they think you are instead of knowing you.
Yeah, and they don't know the story. They don't know the story. It's like it was a white judge. He probably was like, yo, this dude was sitting in the park on a bench playing,
smoking weed.
Yeah.
It's their damn like perceptions of black males, black women. Like they perceive us as lower than what we are, or they think that we're up to no good. They just look at us in a different manner, and like the system fucking sucks. It's just not set up for success for us.
Fuck all them idiots.
And they paint us that way too. So now every time you see us, it's a negative image. But, and this is a problem I got, like, even in my workplace, I ain't gonna say where I work, but even in my workplace, it feels, there's an undertone of racial stuff. I feel like there's an undertone of undertone of like classism, as far as wages go, because there's a point, I feel like a doctor could come up to you and say anything they want, disrespect you. And as soon as you defend yourself, it seems like you in the wrong. But God forbid that you stand up for yourself as a human. You know what I'm saying? Because of the title that they hold, you're in the wrong.
Right.
And it's getting to the point now where they basically, you get so fed up, they have a zero tolerance for it. But I don't feel like it's zero tolerance when it comes to me. It's zero tolerance. I feel like it's zero tolerance against me, not everybody in the building. Put it that way. I'm trying to say enough without saying too much, basically.
Yeah, I feel you. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, and it, just like your workplace, I feel like that happens.
Well, damn.
He was about to say something profound. Shut him off. You good?
I know my niece keep calling me.
I thought the government got you. Like, yo, you guys you guys talking a little too much.
Cut him.
Cut off the orange one.
It seems I was hit with a Hennessy bottle. Seems like I was hit with a Hennessy bottle.
Yo, them niggas got aim. They threw that shit out the sunroof.
Yo, bro. With the hook.
Yeah.
Yo.
Like, wow. I was like, yo, I had to rewind it. Like,
and then that shit, that shit hurt because that shit didn't break. Henny bottles don't break.
And the way he arched his back, he said,
that shit hurt. I know that shit hurt, bro.
Yo, that shit was hilarious.
Yo, that is. I wish
everybody watching right probably like, yo, what they talking about right now?
Oh, too bad, too sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just never was right for like this. Everybody talks about back in the day, and the country is just built on injustice and racism. Like it's just that's the foundation of the country. Unless you go all the way back
with the indigenous people,
you gotta go all the way back, and I'm talking down to the Constitution, bro. Like it wasn't written to protect us. It wasn't written to like that shit. We was slave. Like it was slave. Like, they didn't care. Like it was just the mindset. Yeah, that's all it was. It was just for white power. That was it.
It was still
when you got a foundation like that lasted for fucking centuries and years, it's just like Like
Building on
how
top of
it's
that foundation.
a protest here and there every decade ain't gonna help.
Who the hell is that?
Wow.
Who is that?
What?
Like
What's wrong
Jamie
with
Foxx.
this dude? Yo, who is that?
Yo.
This nigga, bro. Nah, but I agree with what you said, Austin.
Bob.
It was definitely made for us to remain under the foot, like to keep us oppressed.
That's a fact.
For
At the end, at the end of the
after.
day, I feel like if they don't like change something, it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
I
Because I
agree.
don't feel like they're not gonna stop.
You got to change the whole culture. You got to change the whole. You got to start with the training. Something's got to change. I don't know, but they can figure it out. They just don't want to. And
yeah,
I wanted to say this too. It's not. I feel like we didn't give credit. Don't get me wrong. Majority of my experience with police officers has been bad, but we didn't give credit to the good cops. I have friends who are actually police officers, and I know them as people. So I feel like there are some cops out there. There are some cops out there who aren't.
Drew, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
All right, you gonna
just because they're a good cop and they're working in a bad company, if they're not doing anything to make that company better, they're bad with them. That's it.
I hear what you're saying.
That's how they looked at black people for years, bro. If you see one black person, and that's why I don't give them I don't care about the whole good cop, because the cop standing there could have been pictured a good cop, but he wasn't stopping the other cop, right? Because that's his way.
No, they're all bad. All the cops in that situation.
Not even in that situation, bro. You're a part of the problem. You're not there to help change the problem. You're there collecting a check. You're there doing your job. You're there collect your retirement.
So you're saying the cops that actually go out there and do their job well and actually protect and serve people.
I don't care how well they do their job.
So you're saying I understand. I know what you're saying about the problem. Like the problem is bigger than those people. But if you do have a cop who's working his job to feed their family and they are doing their job well, what about there was a police officer? I don't know if y'all seen the video. It was a white cop, and then they it was a peaceful protest. There was a lady on the floor. He kind of shoved her, and then the black police officer came and put him in check and started shooing him away and told him, "Did y'all see that video?"
Yeah,
it's a few videos out there like that, but I feel like that's happening in the heat of the moment, bro. I've been in situations where I've seen cops going crazy,
and so have I. But I've seen both sides.
How many cops just stand still? That shit, bro. That shit don't make no sense, bro. It's they there, but they're not there. They're not helping make a change. When they see a black person, right? When they see a black person, they think bad. Right? You could be the best person you are, but they see a young black person in a bad community, right? Just because all the other some young ones is bad, they're already assuming you bad. You're already painted that picture, and that's been happening for years. Right? So I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with me saying that you could be a good cop, but you still part of the problem. The same way I'm looked at as a part of a problem, right? The whole injustice thing that we're talking about.
I get what you're saying.
Black people are viewed as a problem, right? I'm good, but I'm still viewed as a problem. Just like that cop is good, he's still viewed as a problem.
So
he's just in a position, he's working with, you work with him, you work side by side with him.
So you're kind of justifying the other side viewing you as a problem, though.
No, what he's saying is, I get what Austin's saying. What he's saying is, until you stop viewing me as a problem, I'm gonna stop viewing you or everybody as a problem. Because essentially, I get what he's saying. Like he's saying, I could be a good dude, but at the end of the day, when you see me on the street as a stranger, you see me as one of the people that you think of as a bad black person or bad black male on the street.
Like,
and
yeah,
not
if
knowing
you,
not knowing who I am or what I'm capable of. You're just judging me off of what
yeah.
you think or
let's
perceive
say
me
let's say
as.
the company you work for is doing some corrupt shit, real fucked up corrupt shit, right? And you work for them. You're not necessarily doing the corrupt shit, but you know they doing it, right? Do you leave the job or do you stay there?
Stay.
Exactly. You're part of the problem.
Got a
Yeah,
point.
listen, brother, I need my check.
And that's
I'm just fucking with you.
So then, but he's
that's
right.
how people are talking, but that's how they think, bro. And
I get what you're saying.
so many people just people join to work for the city, work for the force, and they just want to get in and out, bro. It's not, oh, I'm here to make a change. That's not what they saying. If they was there to make a change, they would be doing that. And ain't shit changed.
I feel like there needs to be, like Austin said, there needs to be stronger qualifications. Like, you literally have to know the neighborhood, the demographics of the people, learn the history about the people, know like what the trials and tribulations they've been through. Make sure they should have an annual testing on the demographics of the neighborhood. So
bro, those niggas don't even know the law.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. And this is for like what they need to do. But the problem is, these Congress people will not do it. People focus on Donald Trump. Yes, we know Donald Trump is what it is. But the main focus needs to be on fixing the police force and making sure these Congress people pass the laws to basically fix the situation. Until that happens, it's going to be, unfortunately, the same thing.
I agree with the solution to make these guys more accountable. Do you think that that's going to happen?
Has it
No,
happened yet?
that shit ain't been happening, and then nobody talking about it.
I
feel like this time around, something has to change. Like I said before, something has to change, or it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Because I'm seeing all these pictures of cops kneeling with the people. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that because all that kneeling, like, all right, that's cool in the moment, that's fine, but if it don't change nothing, what's the point of doing it? They crucified Kaepernick for doing the same thing, and then y'all now all y'all on knees. Get up, stand up.
I feel like the people that view us like this need to change internally. Until then, nothing's going to change.
That doesn't happen. Sorry.
That's not. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. It's going to be something that has to happen. It's going to be a long-term thing. I feel like maybe a small minor change might happen, but I feel like this is something that, like, coupled with the COVID stuff, is going to blow over 6 months from now, and something else is going to happen, and it's just going to be a repeating cycle.
But I feel like the whole George Floyd, rest in peace, situation was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh yeah,
because this type of reaction, we've seen reactions like protest here, protest here. There was protests in all 50 states, protests in London, protests in Australia, visuals in India, protests in France, protests in Africa. It's like it's worldwide now. Like, everybody at home,
I didn't know
nobody's really going anywhere. Yeah, like everybody's seeing it now, and it's a global protest. We've never had protests in all 50 states. Never. And that includes Alaska and Hawaii, all 50 states.
The Eskimos.
Niggas out there with their minks.
Exactly, protesting with the snow dogs and all that. Protests overseas. We haven't seen that yet. And I feel like the magnitude of this has to carry differently than the past, differently than the Mike Browns and the Trayvon Martins. And this, like, people are just tired of it. They're tired of it. And now that the world has seen it, and now that the world is addressing their problems in their countries, in their cities, and I feel like a change has to come. It has to.
But it's like, here's my thing. My thing is, when you look at the media, it'd be the same every time so this injustice happens between cops and black people, it's always the same shit. It's always so they're out here protesting. What do you think it's for? Huh? So how? Why did he feel this way? It's like it's always the same back and forth. It's never a different conversation.
Yeah.
Like it's never like it's people saying like this is what should be done, but there's nobody, no powers that be, nothing that's saying, all right, this is how
what we're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just like, we want you to do this. And no response. So and this should be going on for centuries? Like, so I don't know. It's a new day. I imagine like it's 2020. People aren't working. People are outside.
Which makes people more frustrated.
Yeah. If people are outside, a lot of people angry. Outside, a lot of colors outside. We're gonna see a lot of ugliness. I think we're gonna see a lot of truth. We're gonna see a lot of a lot. And I just hope everybody just keep their eyes open, pay attention to the people that's around. I was still talking, bro. But
that sound like you was on the end, Gus. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I was in closing.
Like, what else were you gonna say? Because you said it's a lot. I'm like, okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah, like, all right. I'm guessing you were winding down at that point.
What you were saying, Drew?
I was saying it's also very important to take a break from social media sometimes, like especially around this time. Like I could feel as I'm scrolling through, especially for the last, I say 2 days in particular, as I'm scrolling through social media, Instagram, I'm seeing pictures of injuries that people have gotten during the protests from police, people who got beat by police running people over. I'm seeing a lot of anger, like a lot of attacking. As I'm scrolling, I started to notice like I'm getting angrier the more I scroll. And it's not only that, but it's translating into like my normal, like when I'm out, like, you feel me? Like I'm scrolling and I'm feeling angry throughout my day. So I think it's very important for you to be aware of how much how much you're consuming, and for you to, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to just
for your mental health.
I feel like
it's
it
all
makes you look at I'm sorry, like white people that you know, it makes you look at them differently, because like, especially if you know somebody who's not saying anything. Now I'm like, all right, you can't be my quote unquote friend and talking to me, and then you ain't got nothing to say about the issue. That's how I see it. Like, you're not gonna be sitting next to me, and then I'm just gonna be the quote unquote black friend. That's what's not gonna happen.
And if you're not saying nothing in favor of what black people are doing right now, don't say nothing at all. Drew Brees is an example.
What an idiot.
What did he say?
He started talking about he stands for his family and defending the flag, and like, this is not the time to say that, bro. Like, why are you saying that? That's, nobody's saying nothing about disrespecting the flag and the military. Nobody's saying nothing about that. Like, so the fact that you had to put that 2 cents in there shows me that you're not 100% with us.
Exactly.
Who's that?
Drew Brees is an NFL player.
Football player.
Black?
He's washed. He's a white-washed football player. He's washed. He's trash.
But yeah, like, if you don't have nothing to say, like, if you feel like your statement is gonna end with you trying to make it generalized, just don't say nothing, bro. Don't keep your racist ass quiet.
In closing, because we got like about, I think, 5 minutes left on here, because Zoom can't handle all this that we talking about. So
in closing,
I wasn't done.
Zoom, but this nigga, Drew, you said it. That cop with that fucking car, bro, he drove into that crowd. Like, I was like, damn, bro.
My mouth dropped, bro. I was like, wow. How can you be a human being and see that's okay to do that to a crowd of people?
And this is how the city, like this is how the system, let's say the system protects their workers. Because if I tried to drive off in my car past a cop like that,
oh yeah, you're dead.
Because
you're dead.
You're seen as a weapon in that moment.
That's attempted murder right there.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And if you shove a fucking MTA employee, you could get up to 7 years, like 7 years, right?
Same thing with a cop.
A cop will shove you. The cop will do whatever they want to you, and they don't get charged. Like it's the way it's developed and the way they protect. It's just a problem. They need to hold them accountable.
I definitely agree. If they hold the police officers more accountable, then you're gonna start seeing shit change.
And make them retards get their masters. Bro, I had a ticket. I can't. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, man. It's just some crazy shit. I got a ticket from a cop that had Down syndrome. Bro, I can't make this up. The nigga was slow, and I was kind of mad.
That's not funny, man.
It's not.
No, I'm not laughing at. I'm just laughing at what he said. Like I'm not laughing at people with any disabilities. I'm not. Right. But the fact that he just said that is.
Listen. It's easy to get stopped. I got a ticket from a lady. She was spelling words wrong on the ticket. Her handwriting was disgusting. Like, make these people go through get some knowledgeable people. Like, don't.
Yeah, they said I heard something like that before. Make it a little bit harder, or make it harder to become a cop, because just like any job, you can lie, right? You can lie on your resume. You can lie. Your answers could be lie. You can cater your answers to what you think they want to see, so you can get the job. But they don't know who you truly are, who you truly stand for, the type of organizations you're a part of, your intent in general, your views on just different races and all that. They don't know. They don't really ask those questions.
Yeah, but that's where holding them accountable comes in. Because if you can't fake that. Like once you know, if I do this, there's gonna be repercussions. You're gonna think twice about doing it.
Actions speak louder than words.
Hold them accountable. That's one. Hold them accountable to basically everybody who's already on the force. Filter out all the bad ones. Hold them accountable. 2, make it harder. Everybody who wants to be on the force, they can't get in. So that's 2 ways to filter out all the dummies and retarded cop and aggressive and rape. Like it's just like why aren't these filters in place?
I feel like they need to go. I feel like they need to go through. I feel like they need to go through some type of psychological testing as well.
They do that, but they need to up it. They do it, but it's not tough.
A lot of blacks fail the psychological test. That's what I was about to say earlier. A lot of blacks.
Imagine the most pussy nigga.
Yeah, because they got PTSD.
The most pussy nigga becoming a cop. And
they get
shit hit the fan. What he gonna do? Draw his weapon, start shooting.
I swear to God, if Gus become a cop.
Nigga,
you said what?
Nigga, what you talking about? Nigga, I be, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I be playing with the motherfucking paper and shit. Not be a cop.
Hold on.
I'll be a firefighter. I wouldn't be a cop.
Stop all these long ass fucking investigations that last for fucking months for no reason.
Sometimes years.
Shit be on video. Oh, we have to hold an investigation. Get the fuck out of here. You saw that shit. You just can't believe that's one of yours doing some shit like that. You think that's one way to protect him. But no, motherfucker, he don't need to be protected.
All right, we got less than a minute, y'all. Let's close it.
All right. My bad,
You just finished watching your man. That's cool. You just finished watching your man's in the live. From your man's got the third, real quick.
I'm your man's Bello.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
And I'm your man Shakespeare.
And this is your man's.
Why y'all yelling?
Everybody trying to take my shit. It's cool, though.
Hey, yo.
All right, y'all.
All right. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right. Come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting 5. Who you kidding? Yeah, it's your man. mans in them. It's your mans in them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans in them. It's your mans in them.